Bishop, you know what's crazy about this show?
We live. Go ahead.
Is that you just give it to us real. I don't know if people know we don't have a pre-meeting.
No, when you hear these questions tonight, all of 99% of the questions tonight are from women.
I love it.
Look at Perry. Look at Perry. Perry ready to go.
And give it to him.
Good evening, y'all. Good evening, y'all. Good evening, y'all.
I got to make my disclaimer before I start.
No, you're on time. Some of the panel is late. They'll be on. They're coming though.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Natasha. It's gonna be fun tonight. We got questions from women tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Y'all share and share alike.
Oh yeah.
Happy Labor Day.
Thank you, Bishop.
Happy Labor Day, everybody.
Same to you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. Fun tonight. We got questions. Start some watch parties.
I'm doing it too.
Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day.
Hey, Bishop, I was glad they let us celebrate this one.
What you mean?
I'm being funny, because there's a new black order. Sometimes they tell no, you don't celebrate that. You gotta be mad at that holiday. Hate that holiday.
Well, this one they didn't say nothing about.
Yeah.
They let you celebrate.
Yeah, they let us. Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, Project, you so messy.
What
you have no idea, Prophet.
You so messy. Why would you share it like that?
What did he do?
You shared it on Prophet Red Wall.
That's right. I shared his page. I'm getting ready to share it, but I shared his page and I just put 3 dots, red dots for the red wall. I had never seen a man with red furniture before, Bishop, before I saw yours, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Where's John Terrius, man? I saw him online preaching up a storm somewhere.
He was in Memphis.
Yeah, he don't.
Hey, Bishop, he don't care about the pandemic.
No, he don't care about the pandemic. Apparently, I do.
He young, Bishop.
Yep. Good evening, gentlemen. I've shared and sold seed due starting distance learning tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Okay, I guess. Yeah. Ribs, cabbage, macaroni and cheese, and potato salad. What y'all eat today? That was Mika. What y'all eat today out there? Y'all share and invite, please. Share and invite. The rest of the fellas are coming. We're gonna wait about 2 or 3 minutes.
Potato salad.
Bishop, did you intend for this show to take off like it did? I remember you had said originally, come on, be a part of the show. And I figured it was just a one-off. I was so grateful. I had no idea that the response that you got would be like this. Did you?
No, I didn't. Actually, I thought it would be one little week. For real.
Yeah.
That's not, but I mean,
because it's not like you need something else to do, Bishop.
No, this like our 5th week, but with our prophetic thing, what is it? 12 weeks?
12 weeks, 12, 13 weeks.
Happy birthday, Prophet Carlton Lynch.
Happy birthday.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the gift, Bishop.
No problem. We're going to have the people bless you tonight. So you better be nice.
I'm gonna be
Pastor
real
Lynch,
nice
did you hear the
tonight.
bishop? He said, you got to be nice.
You can't be mean to the woman tonight. Call them chicks.
They're woman of God tonight.
How's your birthday been? Everybody, go ahead.
It's been good, Bishop. It's been real good.
Everybody wish Pastor Carlton Lynch happy birthday. That's flood the timeline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Pastor Lynch.
Happy birthday,
Man, I appreciate you, Prophet.
Oh, I'm not a prophet. I'm a comedian. The prophet is over there on the red wall.
And he has an announcement when we start the show tonight.
Absolutely.
Oh. Don't say nothing, Pastor Lynch. Don't say nothing.
Y'all wish Pastor Lynch a happy birthday.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Hey, Jessica.
Jessica, what's up?
They say women are late, but men are late too. No, he's not engaged.
Ah,
Oh Lord.
you should have held that bishop and make him just wonder.
That's why I said what I said. So they wondering now.
Bishop, I want to ask you something so bad. Bishop, is it true that when a pastor gets a woman, people leave the ministry? A single pastor?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Because there are women there that have hopes that they're going to be the next first lady. And some even join the church. Some even join the church in hopes of being the first lady. And when he makes that decision, and don't let him make a decision with somebody on the inside, you're gonna get more leaving.
Why, Bishop?
Because they all sitting there in anticipation. They all want to be.
Would you say that's even at celebration too?
Oh, no, I don't have that problem. I don't have that problem. I had that problem, but those that came, I made very clear many Sundays that I don't sleep with my daughters.
Wow.
Won't believe in incest.
No, those are my daughters.
Wow, Bishop.
Look who's here.
Hey.
Men of the Most High God.
Oh.
Man, you picked up a storm yesterday, Reverend.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
Thank y'all so much. I did the best I could.
No, that was better than that. That was good.
Yeah, you jumped, bro.
Man,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Tate,
Hey.
how you doing, man?
Lynch, I'm doing good. Prophet, how you feeling?
It's his
Good.
birthday, Pastor John Terrius.
Oh, no wonder he got a different background.
I was trying to be like the Prophet tonight. I couldn't afford red. So I just thought I'll use what I got.
Yeah, dog, you put together. That's all we all can do, dog. That's all we all can do. Bishop.
Did I answer your question, Roger?
Oh, yes. And that's a show by itself. Just you talking.
John Terrace, he asked why do women leave the church? Well, something like that. Why do women leave the church?
Yeah. Like if Bishop get married or announce he's engaged.
When a single pastor announced that he's engaged, I said, because they be sitting there waiting, thinking they're gonna be the next, they're the first lady in waiting.
Oh, yeah, they hoping that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then don't marry one that's on the inside. You gonna put the church up then. One that been there. See, I told you.
I knew they had something going on.
I knew it. And it's all back in the day, it was always the secretary.
Like you ain't lying. It was always the secretary.
Not the
Always.
secretary, the secretary.
Yeah, Doc, you sure right about it. That's hilarious.
Now it's the administrator. It's the administrator. Won't be up to the administrator
Yeah.
who destroys the flock. Who tells the flock. All right, y'all. Good evening. Welcome to the fifth part of John Terry's get an award tonight. He beat Ray here tonight.
Yes, sir, I'm on time. I'm on time tonight.
And I got, okay. Everybody invite and share as we get started in the fifth week. They said nobody would be here tonight because it's Labor Day, but as y'all see, the folk wants to hear what the men got to say. I appreciate these brothers. And tonight, all the questions that we're going to ask, 99% of them are from women.
Wow.
I went to women and asked them, some women that I know, what do y'all want to know? And so every question, maybe one is mine, but every one of them come from women. Before we get started, Prophet, our resident prophet, Oren Perry, has an announcement to make before we go any further. The announcements for the day is?
I am not in a relationship. What happened was I made up my mind to say it because I want to see how women would respond. And to my surprise, my inbox was worse than what it was.
Oh, Reverend, they want what they can't have.
Yeah, and so I'm not. Some of the comments that I was engaged. I'm not engaged. I ain't been on no knee. I am not in a relationship in that vocation. So you all can kind of say, "Oh, take him off the panel." No, I just want to see if an experiment, because a lot of women say that men are dogs, but women, God knows, I'm telling you, they do some wild things. So
Dog chase us.
they dog catchers.
Yeah, that's it. Dog
Yeah,
catch.
y'all sit here and say that about men, but y'all trust me, some secrets are going to the grave with me. But yeah, some stuff that y'all don't think we be knowing.
Yeah.
But we talk. You hear me? Okay. Anyway, so question number one tonight. How you doing, Pastor John? I didn't greet you. Praise the Lord.
Doing pretty good, Bishop.
Good to see you, my friend. You had a good holiday?
Yes, sir. Been a real good day today.
Good. All right. All right. So first question tonight. Somebody asked me, why is it that men say that they want somebody to care for them? They want somebody to care for them, to see about them, to do the gifts and all that stuff. But when they get somebody to care for them, then they go to the woman that they have to care for. They don't want to stay with the one that they ask for. They ask for this woman to care for them. And then they go and leave that woman that care for them. And then they go to somebody, and that they have to then do the caring for. Y'all need me to repeat it one more time? You want me to do Church of God in Christ? Read. Why is it? Why is it? Do men ask for somebody to care for them, and they get the woman to care for them, and then they leave that woman, leave her, not cheat on her, leave her, and go to somebody that they then have to do the caring for. Now, let me tell you what I said, and then y'all can break it open. I said, because caring is not enough. If you have a smart mouth, if you got other issues, you're argumentative, you just a lot of other things. Caring is not to have a woman just to care and draw your bath water. Heck, I can do that myself and have peace. Get your clothes together, take them to clean, do whatever. Cook. I can pay somebody to do that for peace. I'll pay for peace. I will pay for peace. So that's what my spin was. But whoever wants to start can start with that question.
I see something on Pastor John Terrius. I see something.
No, I'll be last. I'm still thinking.
I'll get the question, all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Bishop,
Bishop,
I think you really answered it. You know, I think is more than one dimension to securing the relationship. You may care for me, but you never encourage me. You may care, but you may not never listen. So I think you're right. I think it's more to it than just caring. You know, there's been some horrible people that have cared for us, you know what I mean? But I think that it takes more than that. And maybe that woman that we end up having to care for brought more to the relationship. Maybe she didn't have a job, but there was something else that she had that she brought to the relationship. So I don't believe that you can throw the baby out with the bathwater. I think that we are taking a look at it from a different lens that is kind of like in court. I know none of you all have been to court before, and but when the judge gets ready to render his verdict, he talks about aggravating and mitigating circumstances. Aggravating is all that's going against you, and mitigating is all that's going for you. You can be a good person to the community. You can care for your grandmother at home. But the truth is, if the aggravating outweigh the mitigating. So I don't believe that we can just look at the fact that she cares and she has shown that she cares. The truth is, maybe this other young lady just brought more to the table for what that individual man was looking for.
So are you saying that you rather have the peace of mind than to have the care? She may be lacking in some other areas, but
I think it still has to do with the woman. Every man on here, and men in general, every man desires peace really more than anything. Now, if you was a millionaire and you was raising hell, I might can deal with it just a little bit more. But the reality is, everybody desiring peace. Nobody want to live a stressed life. No matter how fine you are, no matter how good looking you are, no matter really what you bring to the table. If it's always friction and chaos, nobody's dealing with that in this day and time.
all right. Next person.
Bishop, you hit the nail on the head when you said what you said. Irregardless of what the particulars are, you know, sometimes you just can't replace one thing for another. Now, I shared with the lady as I was led of a spirit, you know, she shared something, Bishop, she shared something with me, you know.
As he was led of a spirit.
Yeah,
Of a spirit.
Of a spirit, you know, and she was talking about the holiness and righteousness. And what I blurted out, I said, but can you be freaky?
Okay.
I said, can you be, you know, because prayer can go so far and righteousness and joy in the Holy Ghost. That's nice, but not just that I want only freaky, but that needs to be included. And I'm not just talking about in the bed. You know, I'm talking about the theater of sex. Say things to me. It doesn't even have to be unholy.
The theater of sex. The theater of sex. Okay.
Yeah, you know, things that you say in your mind or whatever. So I just wanted to say that you hit it on the head. So my comment is in just.
So somebody said smart mouth and they laughed, but let me tell you something. That's a big thing for men. A woman that just pop off, man. I mean, that's why the Bible was talking about that when it said the man would rather be on the rooftop.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Well, he's my rooftop. Yeah. I mean, seriously, again, we come so you all can listen to the way we think. And all these questions are women's questions tonight. So we're answering them. But okay, anybody else want to add to that?
I think if we kind of summed it all up, you can care for a pet, you're a child. You can care for a pet, but it doesn't negate the fact that you want more than caring. You know what I mean? I think that goes to that case there. I think it was well summarized. You can all say, all right, you care for me, but anything that has potential, you can grow to care for, but it doesn't mean it's going to come to fruition of what you decide to have out of it. So again, I think that was real summarized. You want more than care. Give me peace. Give me peace.
So everybody agree with the answers that we've given?
Yeah.
Y'all good?
Yes, sir.
So number 2, this is a real question. When a man is used to winning and all of a sudden their mate starts winning, why is it hard for the man to genuinely, now understand these people are coming to these questions from their own experience, okay? Let me start again. When a man is winning and all of a sudden their mate starts winning, why is it hard for the man to genuinely support and promote her wins? They give this interpretation for others to see in public as if they're supporting. But reality says in private, they aren't as happy as it seems to others. Why is that?
It could be several of reasons that can occur. I think one of the reasons that can happen if a man is not secure in himself and versus with his mate, if he's not secure in himself, because a winning man wants a winning woman. I don't want nobody around me who's taking all these losses, because eventually that same spirit that is upon you might end up coming to me. And so another reason why that could be, he could be insecure, but then another reason it could be is that he knows that if you begin to win, you're going to become much more than you think you really are.
Mm.
I'm going to take myself out of here because I've been through that. So
it's like, okay, you winning now, but you still ain't the head. It's okay for us to win together. And so I think the issue could really be, you think you're more than what you are because you have been blessed to be in a season of winning also. And I think one of the issues that everybody feel like somebody hating on me because I'm winning. Nobody care about that. If we're all winning, we all happy. Yeah. But if you are doing something that makes a man feel a certain kind of way, then yes, he will change things at home as if he's not supportive, as if he's not pushing it. And then he's in public, he will most definitely, because let's be honest, we're not gonna show a real feeling, most of us not, that we want to make other people feel like we don't support the individual, because ain't no need of you being with somebody who you're not gonna support. So yeah, I think those could be two of the issues. It could be more, but those are just two that arose in my spirit. All right.
Whoever's next, go ahead.
Well, Bishop, let me add, I think that on some other levels, I think that some men just not have the experience of being exposed to how to support a winning woman. The men just haven't had that exposure. The flip side to that is some women, when they do start to win, doesn't understand how important it is for them to continue to fulfill their role as a winning woman.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I thought that was your mug shot. I'm like, good evening, Dr. Ray.
I thought he left the island.
No, he ain't left. So anybody want to add to that?
Give Frank Ray the question. He needs to hear the question.
Frank, when a man is used to winning, and all of us, this is his kind of question. When a man is used to winning, and all of a sudden their mate starts winning, why is it hard for the man to genuinely support and promote her wins? They give that persona interpretation for others to see in public, but reality says in private, they aren't as happy as it seems to others. And why is that?
Oh, you caught me off guard with that one. Who said the man ain't happy? I don't.
This is from women. All these questions tonight are from women. So this is somebody's.
Me personally, I don't understand a man who wouldn't want his woman to be winning also. As we've talked about several discussions ago, I think all of us on here agree that we want the woman that we're with to have something going on for herself. So that should be celebrated. I've never experienced none of my friends in my circle don't like for their woman to be winning also that I personally know of. So I can't give a why to that, because that's not the type of guy I am, and that's not the type of guys I hang around. We celebrate our women winning. We want them to have something going on.
Yeah.
I think John Terriers is on to something, and I'm trying to see how I can navigate through this. It becomes when the woman then changes in her wins.
Right.
Yeah.
She starts getting cocky in her wins. She starts then challenging you.
Right. I don't need you anymore.
Because she's the winner. Now I can't say all I want to say, but yeah, I can't. I got
no. That's facts, Bishop. Like I said,
change and then start challenging you.
Yeah.
Let me just say that. Go ahead, John Terry.
Yeah, most definitely. And you're going to bump heads, and I think that's one of the issues. I don't think any man don't want their woman to win, but can you win and still be the woman you were before you start winning? Because I was already winning, and if I was winning, you were winning. But if you add your win and my win up together, we some major winners. But don't act like you've
been winning.
You've been winning.
Yeah, you've been. Yeah.
I think that's the challenging part. Like if everybody can stay humble and stay peaceful and stay level-headed, I think nobody will have any friction about being in their winning season.
And Tate, with that being said, that goes both ways.
Right. For the man and the woman.
It does.
Yeah, because there's some women that has helped men come up. And there's some men that came to the table with nothing. And the truth of the matter is, there's some men that can get the big head when they begin to win. So I think it's across the board.
Yeah, you don't let the winner kill the wife. You don't let the winner kill the husband or the relationship. And most people money has a tendency to change people, has a tendency to pull out a side of you that was hidden in your true character. Because, the Bible says, the love of money is the root of all evil. We say that, but a lot of times we see people get money, they get ahead, but they don't stay humble. They don't keep their commitments or what they agreed to when they had nothing. The love that we had when we started, let's end with that love together.
True.
Yeah, she asked, what does cocky mean? Means when you start thinking that the positions has changed, when you then start trying to take the lead.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by cocky. When you and the young lady made that comment, when you then start trying to take the lead of things because you know, that's another whole subject right there, because you make more money or you winning now you feeling yourself. Nobody should change, whether it's the man or the woman. The man or the woman should not change because they're making more. And I don't think, like Ray said, any of us on here, I welcome a woman that makes more and have better benefits. Where you at?
Yeah.
And we got to be careful, Bishop, with
Why you
changing.
laughing at me, Tay? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said we got to be all careful that we don't change just because of a win. Because the truth is, you can win on Monday but lose on Friday.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's
the
it.
same person that you change on may be the same person that's going to help you come back up. So that's why I believe that we ought to all stay consistent, whether we're winning or losing. It's called life reversals.
Okay. We clear on that one, everybody? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question.
Yeah, because and somebody said because it's our money, and that's the way I see it. When it all comes home, it all goes the same place. So win, baby, wherever you are, future, whoever you are, win. If a man has realized, this is gonna be tricky. If a man, again, welcome everybody, invite and share. These are all questions from women. If a man has realized he is attracted to another female, physical traits, while having a spouse that isn't missing the mark at home, she take care of all her business at home, would he tell his spouse or keep it to themselves? I know this depends on communication between the two and the level of self-esteem, but would he express his feelings?
That's not safe.
Broderick, somebody said you never ever fail us with them facial expressions.
Hey,
y'all want to repeat it again? Y'all got it?
Yeah, we got.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Bishop. John Terry said, repeat it.
Okay. If a man has realized he is attracted to another female, physical traits, while having a spouse that isn't missing it at home, she ain't missing it. She cares. She good sex, and I mean, she good. She fine. She good at home. Would he tell his spouse or keep it to himself?
Keep it to himself. If he's wise. The song said, "I must tell Jesus." Jesus alone.
Most of us been married on here, so we can answer it. We can answer that question. Most of us been married.
Right.
We can answer it. Who gonna answer it though?
Well, Bishop,
Bishop,
let me say this, and tell me if I'm wrong, please. I think everybody, married, single, dating, I think everybody's attracted to somebody else.
I think you always going to see.
That might be the reason why everybody's single, because we want to make sure we get the most attractive.
What you say, Perry?
You always find somebody that's going to be attractive. Rather on TV.
Now, the part that Bishop talked about, do you tell I would want to be in a relationship that's open to the point where we can have that type of conversation. Yeah,
it's cool when you can look at your woman and say, "Baby, she is fine." I ain't gonna even lie.
Right.
She laughing and saying, "She all right, but she ain't me." You know, give me somebody like that.
Yeah. Instead of someone.
have any of you all been walking in the mall with your significant other and your lady says, I see you looking, and you have to say what? But the truth is, even your lady know who's attractive.
Yeah.
So we can't even play the
pretty too.
game like another woman don't look good. Now we got to deal with the fact, can the woman that you're with handle you keeping it real with her?
And,
Hey,
and vice versa.
That's the real question.
Right.
Right.
That's true. That's the real question.
Hey, let's flip it. Can you handle us?
no. Bishop, I'm waiting on you to get that. I'm a jealous God.
They say all that stuff, but can you handle what you
No, I can't. The way my ego is set up, okay, I'm not rich. I'm not the most handsome guy. No, I don't want to hear nothing about some other guy. Hey, listen, I don't want my woman telling me how good Pastor John Terrius can preach.
Now, see, that don't bother me. Because let me tell you why that wouldn't bother me. That wouldn't bother me because I don't want it to bother her when I say something about somebody else.
Yeah.
You got to give out. Listen, here's the key. You got to give out what you able to take.
Yeah.
But Doc, one thing about it, I make sure to make it so hard for the next guy that he just don't stand a chance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
It don't matter. It's gonna be hard for whoever follow me.
That ain't that right. I always say I wish you could go get a reference because it ain't. My issue wasn't. Yeah, I laugh when people. I done got a little reserved now because people out here playing games, but taking care of somebody, that was never an issue for me. Yeah. That ain't. Yeah,
Man, I know that's the truth.
that ain't the issue.
I can get some of that money back.
They come back and say, "Can you talk to this one that I'm with now?"
Right.
So yeah. So would y'all? So the answer is what? Y'all really didn't answer the question. Would you tell them? I
wouldn't.
The end of the question explains and says according to the level of communication you got with that person.
Yeah. I mean, if y'all got that, it's according to what kind of relationship you have.
Yeah.
If you have a relationship that is like that, now let's be honest. Now I'm finna switch something on y'all. You better catch this one. To have that kind of relationship, you got to be best friends first.
Yeah.
That got to be your partner. And you just can't be talking about I'm in love and and that ain't your friend. But if you can talk to your friend and you say, babe, I just ran on this woman, she was so fine. But she ain't you though. Something like that. However you put it. But you got the wrong woman. What you was looking at her for, it's going to transition into that. But fine, go be with her then.
Yeah, it's a level of security.
You got to know your mate. You got to know who you with. You got to know who's able to handle that. Every woman, every man. Let's be honest. All of us can't handle that stuff. Like Roger said, he can't handle that. So you got to understand that you got to know what you can take and what you cannot.
And the woman got to know you going home with it all. I mean, we're not talking about in a cheating context now.
Right.
Cheating. This ain't what the question means. I think this has more to do with, can you be open and honest?
No.
Yeah. See, I used to be like Broderick, but I can now. I can be open if a woman tell me, "Oh man, John Terrius is a nice looking young man." That's fine. I ain't got no problem.
Okay. What's the statute of limitation? How many times do I have to let her tell me that?
Where if she's telling you more than once, you might have a problem, Roger.
Right.
And I think that's my concern. I wouldn't be able to. Now, it's not like people say, they're women I've dated. They like you right now, Bishop. I mean, they be telling me, tell my husband I said hi. They be saying about all y'all except Pastor Lynch, that because they was mad at him that one time. But the point is, they love all these preachers on here. They say that they say he quiet though. The one with the right there, I can't remember your name, Herbert.
Johnson.
They say he quiet, but they want to marry all of y'all. But I don't have a problem with that. My problem is my woman, especially if what we got going may be going through a little storm. I don't want to hear nothing. I know you turn all your attention upon me. Seek ye first the kingdom abroad. And then too, if she keep telling me, listen, and then I come home, she listen to all the messages by the prophet, Pope, and after she finished listening, she listened to Pastor Ray, and then John Terry come on, preach, pray, and sing, and destroy
Is
a whole group.
but is that insecurity, Broderick?
I think it's inner cleric.
I'm good. So listen, two things. Everybody invite and share. Three things: invite and share. The other thing is, I see some of you already sewing tonight. That is so kind of y'all, for real. So mature of you all, and I make sure that these brothers be able to get them some Starbucks tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, Bishop.
John Terry takes a long time to approve it. He got a lot of money. He goes days. Lynch approves his immediately. Before it even goes in the ground, Ray says thank you. Listen, I want to say to young man, I don't know if I accepted him back or whatever, but the young man, those of you that are regulars that made a little comment last week about the panel, Lynch, what did he do?
The guy that said some of y'all looked, I guess he was saying gay. I don't know, but he did send a message and apologize and asked me to ask Bishop to please unblock him. He was just having a moment. He was just being funny, but it wasn't serious. And he asked for us to forgive him.
And we forgive him. I don't know his name. He may be on somebody else's page, but
we forgive you, brother. Go in peace. Your faith has made you whole.
Next question. In an argument, both parties become vulnerable. How often, Pastor Johnson, you start us off. How often have you thought to use secrets against the person, the other spouse, to get them to feel hurt and make them feel mad and make them feel little? I call it unfair arguing. When you use your information, from pillow talk to get back at that person. Women want to know, men, how do y'all handle that? Do y'all do that?
Bishop, I'm gonna be honest. I've never done that because I never wanted it to be done to me. So I don't fight or argue with secrets and bringing up the past and things of that nature. But I will be honest. I do have a quick clap back tongue. So I do know how to piss someone off without bringing up the past.
You know how to do other stuff.
Exactly.
All right.
And I'll be honest, and I have done other stuff. I will clap back.
Ray.
Like what?
Ray.
Okay, answer the second part of the question again.
Man, Jesus Christ. Every question I gotta repeat for you.
I have to be making sure I'm hearing correctly.
Okay. In an argument, both parties become vulnerable. How often have you thought to use secrets against the other spouse to get them to feel as hurt as they made you feel?
Never. Never.
You never done it?
Never. That's because I don't want it done to me. So I try to treat others as I want to be treated. So that's not something I hate when people use casual or deep conversations that we've had in the past to now bring up when you upset. That makes me question your character, what kind of person you really are, that you will use a vulnerable moment against me to now try to hurt me. That's what I call hidden below the belt. And that's something I try not to practice in relationships.
Okay. I believe there's one amongst us that have done that before. He has that kind of spirit. And that's our birthday boy, but I'm just saying.
Whoa.
Man, it seems tonight, Bishop, I don't know what it is in the air, in the spirit realm, but it seems like people coming for me tonight, and I ain't bothered nobody.
It's your birthday, Reverend.
But I will say this.
We love your curtains and background. We don't know where you're at, but it's kind of different.
Yeah.
I'm in Atlanta. It ain't no secret. Listen.
You're in Atlanta?
Everybody, let me
He's
tell you
putting out
this.
his bad light, John Terrius.
I mean, y'all come for me about 5 times tonight. And I'm just sitting here wondering, like, what have I done to deserve it? Bishop talking about I accept the money quick. The reality is I give it quick too. So let's talk about it all. Let me say this.
Come on.
Every person, this is just me. If you come for me, I'm probably gonna come for you.
See?
I'm not saying that that's right, but the truth is, hurt people normally hurt people. It's not my goal to bring up what I know about you in the past, but the reality is, if a woman do it, I'm trying to think about what I know about you in the past, because at that moment I'm hurt. Do I believe that's right? Absolutely no. But the truth is, hey, she said it first. So I don't make that a practice on my own to try to think about what I can say to hurt a woman. That's why I think that we got to all be mature enough not to reach back in what we know to try to hurt the other person.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I've done it before.
Yeah.
I've done it before, and I felt bad about it after. But you get caught up in the heat of the matter, and I've done it before. I mean, I don't do it anymore, but I have done it. And here's the thing about it is, I have not done it knowingly. It just kind of comes out, kind of flows out of your belly.
Yeah.
Just kind of flow rivers of living water.
Rivers.
Before I know it, I'm like, I'm serious. I've done it, and I felt bad after it, and I'd be like, I didn't mean to do that, And it's not right, but I've done it. So Lord, I'm like Leandro. Lord, deliver me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, Pinky Saunders. Every man on here is single. You're new. For those that are new, hey Joseph Manaway, how you doing, Manaway?
Little bro.
Oh, my preacher.
That's our brother right there now.
Yes, sir.
Manaway. Or Perry, you want to add to it?
I've done it, and truth of the matter is, be transparent. It felt it felt good when I did it.
Right.
It felt good when I did it. I regretted it later, but it felt good because I wasn't responding to them to understand. I responded to win the argument. So
yeah,
I'm gonna win this argument. It is what it is. So I've done it. Is it right? No, but it felt good when I did it.
All right. Anybody? Eve Moore says, "Yep, that's why you keep your business to yourself." Who is that? Nobody was trying to make anybody seem thirsty. Y'all these comments tonight. This is another whole bunch because there's a bunch of y'all on here tonight. All right, next question because we got about 5 more. What criteria? This is the good part. I'm gonna start with the birthday boy. What criteria do you men look for in a woman when you're really looking for a wife? When you really get to the point that you're looking for a wife, what is the criteria that you're looking for in a wife?
I think every person on here is going to have different answers. I think everybody's looking for different things. One, I would say encouragement. I would say help. I would say support. That's it. Because y'all come for me, so I had a fourth thing.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I'm tired of being. No, y'all ain't shooting at me no more tonight. I'm dunking. Y'all go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. Who else?
I can pretty much say this for all of us. We looking for something that wasn't in the last person. Now, whatever that may be, I promise you, we most definitely.
Good, Tate. That's good, Tate.
Now that was good. That was
good,
good.
Tate.
All right. Herbert, come on, tell us.
Well, for me, and I'm pretty sure for all of us, Church Girl, the movie by Ja Rule some years ago. I fell in love with Church Girl. She got to be a church girl.
Church women. Church women don't need to talk to Pastor Herbert.
Speak for yourself, Reverend.
He don't want no worldly woman.
That's right. I want a saint, not a sinner. but here it is.
Now, Kirkland said a saint ain't nothing but a sinner who.
And they still falling.
But I'm looking for also a woman that is confident and supportive and is nurturing. I think about being a pastor. Need a woman that is nurturing, that can evolve as well, that can grow. So those are some of the things I think about.
I'll say one thing, Bishop. Since Tate said we're looking for something that the last one didn't have, the truth is I've had nothing but church girls, church women. The truth is, in this season, I'll take me one from the street.
No, you wouldn't, Bishop.
Yes, I would not.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. And Johnson, you know.
Herbert want him
because
a long dress.
A knee-high wearer.
We say
a long dress, non-preaching one.
Hey, Johnson. Johnson wants somebody on that second row, Tate. with a matching hat.
Sitting there with a hat.
That's what because check this out, Johnson. I'm saying this. Just because she's not a church girl don't mean she's not saved.
That's true. Now,
just because she's not in the choir.
Can I say this?
Go ahead.
Can I say this? I just had this conversation the other day. And they were saying to me, just because I'm not in church or just because I wouldn't dislike somebody else, don't mean I don't love God as much as they love God.
Good.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, nothing wrong with church girls. You just don't always want a career church girl.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that, Bishop? What's a career church girl?
You gotta explain that one.
I want a career church girl.
Somebody that been, we know you do. Somebody that's been in church all their life. They're the pastor's daughter. They know the inner workings of the church.
Exactly.
I had that. I don't know if that's what I want.
She don't have to be the pastor's daughter though.
No, I'm just saying the career church girl. You understand? Mm-hmm. And Ray, did you know what I was talking about in the first place? You just wanted me to explain. Ray?
No, go ahead, Bishop, please.
You got it? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody that been in there all and what John Terry just said is true. We think because somebody don't go to church and sit on the second row like Johnson want, that they don't love God. Isn't the requirement that they love God?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, unless you like Perry, he probably wants somebody to help him with the ministry, administrator and all that.
No.
No? Okay.
No, I don't. I need me a freak. Because you know, when you're a successful single, your ministry already has its functions. So you don't need a administrator. You don't need a treasurer. You need somebody to just love you. You know what I mean? Somebody you can enjoy. You know, at the end of the day.
You know, can I say this, Bishop?
Go ahead, please.
No, say what you were going to say, because when your hands start moving like that, that's
no, because when they say this kind of stuff, there's people that don't follow me right here. I know, because when you say, don't be surprised what God has in store for you guys. Yeah, God ain't in heaven picking wives. he ain't like, John Terrius, this is yours. Lynch, here you go. No, he gives us the Holy Spirit and gives us discernment to be able to pick what it is for our own lives. There's no wife factory or no husband factory. Okay, so he has in store what it is that I'm asking for, and that's good for my life. Now they may disagree with that. Go ahead, Tate. You want to say what you? I'm glad you know me. I'm glad you know me,
because I think, you know, what Perry said was such. It was real though. It was real. Because a lot of women think we're looking for this. We want them saved. Let's be honest. We do want to save women. Ain't nothing like a saved woman. You know, we want them, but we do want you to be yourself. To be yourself. Yeah. We want you to say. I watched a clip today of Dr. T.K. Anderson preaching. He said, he sinned and was sinning while he was in church. He says now, because when you grow up and become a young preacher, young pastor, let's be honest, you don't get a chance to do what everybody else did because you're held to a higher standard. You know, you're held to higher standard. So, and I was talking to another individual the other night, and I said the issue why many marriages fail for pastors is that we were looking for somebody who was going to make that church happy. And it was a good look for us, but that wasn't the person who made us happy.
Yeah. And
so now when you go back and you go through it, you say, let me find somebody who make me happy. Yeah, they might not have a singing gift. Yeah, they might not be a preacher. Yeah, they might not, be the church person. But guess what? They fill all the empty voids in my life. Yeah. And that's what I need to function in my full potential in ministry.
Right.
On a Labor Day weekend.
Right.
Right. When everybody else enjoying their families, we want to be, yeah. So I love and respect Bertrand Bailey Jr. I love you. But brother pastor, God had no choice but to give Adam Eve. There was no other selections.
That's true.
There was no other selections. He took it out of him. There was no other selections at the time. He had to. This was creation. But I'm not going to argue that that's a whole nother.
Because God did bring Eve to Adam. That's facts. That's true.
Yeah. I didn't disagree with that. That was the beginning. There was nothing else to do. Go ahead, Carlton.
No, I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Okay. So I want to Perry, before we move on to the next question. What you said, I don't want us to just run away from that, because when we're empty, we need somebody that know how to minister to us. So when when we use that word, we short of just saying we need somebody to come home and be what you said.
Right. Yeah. The ministry of me, not
Right.
my church, the ministry of me. Just love me. When I come to my crib, my house, I just need somebody that I can find peace with. We can laugh, whatever that is. Not to say that, we don't want to have somebody that understands the politics, because I think we marry for the politics of church and not really for the person, So, the politics kill. Politics is poisons, So I just want you to marry me for me. That's it. That's, at the end of the day, just love me. Have a
Now,
good time with me.
if you can get what Perry wants and Johnson wants in one, then you didn't hit the bullseye.
Yeah, we in there.
Yeah. Now you jackpot.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get both, somebody that can hold it down on the second row like he wants,
Yeah.
and somebody that can hold it down at home too. But let's face it, it's so many of our friends that are miserable because they only getting the hold down at the church.
Yeah.
But they're getting the hold down at the house.
And somebody made a comment a moment ago, Bishop, that said, "Are you looking for a wife or a first lady?" And I think that is very important. What Perry is saying, we can't marry for the church, because the truth is they may not even be members this time next year. So I done changed my whole life.
That's true, Doc.
That's
I
very
changed
true.
my whole life for some people that may not even be with me this time next year. So with all that being said, I'd rather me be happy than them be happy.
Yeah.
Well, I remember, I can't say who, but because y'all would know, yeah. But I remember when somebody got married, and my Bishop Morton, went to their church because they got remarried. And Broderick, you know who I'm talking about. And Bishop Morton stood up and said, because this was their second wife. And he said, now, y'all can be upset all y'all want to, but she's not for you. She's for him. He's for you, and she's for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. Ray, do you want to add anything before we go to the next?
No, y'all tackled it all on that one. Y'all really did.
Okay, here's the bingo. And I really want to hear y'all side of this, because I've talked about this before. When you go on a first date, what's the appropriate questions for you to ask and a woman to ask? Even the second and third date. All these questions are from women. What is the appropriate questions, conversation to have on the first few dates? What
is your credit score?
Yeah.
What are you broke, or how you
They're
financial?
asking you this, or you asking them this?
It can be both. I'm just saying, these are questions you need to ask. How
The
you
first date.
Oh God, yeah.
Really?
Before or after drinks?
But Bishop, let's be
Before
honest.
or after drinks?
Let's be honest,
Before
Bishop.
or after drinks?
Let's be honest. On the first date, you really just be he and ha ha. You don't really be asking no serious questions until you get later down. But I learned you can't start, hallelujah, glory to God. You can't start 3 weeks later asking her everything. You better start on the first date. Because if she can make it after number one, that means she might be a keeper.
See, Tate, this is the first time we're gonna disagree.
I understand.
I don't want nobody asking me all that stuff in the first date. I don't even want you telling me you dating to marry. What does that mean? You may not even like me. How you dating me to marry me?
I understand that.
No, but I mean, I've never heard it from a man to say that they want. Usually men be like, don't ask me all that stuff. So you think on the first date, credit score, how much you make, is you broke? You would be offended.
No, not on the first. I'm saying over a period of time, but you need to know stuff before it's over with.
No, they asking the first date, like the first, second, third date. So when would you get to that?
I kind of start asking immediately. I go ask immediately. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm gonna ask because, brother,
Bishop, I think,
And
can
then
I say this to you?
wrong, you gonna say,
brother, I've been through. I got to start asking those.
wait a minute, cause so if she answered the wrong way, you're gonna be like, go and enjoy this meal.
This is your last supper.
Try to surf and turf.
You know
Okay,
what I'm saying? This is last supper.
go ahead, Colin.
I think people are answering these questions, especially this question, based off of past experiences.
That's yeah.
So if you dealt with somebody that didn't have their stuff together, their credit
That's
was
okay.
jacked, they
Don't-
didn't have a job.
Don't attack them because we gonna be guilty of doing it. No, this is legitimate. That's what they
Yeah.
want to know. This is for men to say what they feel about what the women want to know. That's okay.
Yeah. So I think it's
It is
based
the
off
experience.
of, like me personally, if a woman asks me what my credit score is on the first date, I would feel very offended and I would not get into that. I don't think we get into those things, Tate, until we even get to that point where we vibing, liking each other, feeling that it can go somewhere else.
Now, Lynch, let's be honest. Many of us don't get a chance to ask questions because then we start feeling a certain kind of way. We start liking the person so much. And now we become sensitive to the individual. And so we avoid those kind of questions when we should have asked that in the beginning. And then we mess around and get stuck in this. We ain't going to say stuck because if you ain't married to them, you can get up out of it. Well, this day and time, you can get up out of it. Okay, you know, you ain't got to say nothing. Cause, but I'm just saying, somebody said Tate is still healing. That ain't got nothing to do with healing. That's sin. That's common sense. That ain't got nothing to do with healing. Cause if I wasn't healing, it would be something totally different. If I was healing,
And let me say this: we're not gonna do that. Whoever, let me give y'all the rules of this. We don't attack. We don't attack. Okay. We don't bash or badger the men. This is the men's discussion on the way they feel. So we don't do that. Okay. I have a very strong blocking healing anointing.
Hey,
I'll use you from all your comments. Okay, so we're not gonna do that.
and the whole thing is, my thing is, don't sit up here and waste an individual time. That's what I'm saying, because I'm telling y'all, once we start liking the person, it's just certain stuff we avoid of talking about. Because we
Tate,
like,
I agree with you, Tate. I think what Bishop was talking about, he was
on
dealing
the
with
first
the
date.
very first date. I mean, we're not talking
Now
about.
let's be honest. You're gonna be talking and texting this individual way before y'all go on the first date. Y'all, you ain't gonna meet the person one day and come the next day and go, no, you gotta see if you trust them enough to take them out to eat.
But I just the thing that I hate is that those rapid fire questions. Like, let's do it organically. Like, don't ask me 20. I'm a Gemini, and I hate all them questions. Don't ask me 20 questions at one time. Let's do it organically. I'm not on a doggone
interview.
Not yet. Let's just enjoy the meal. That's just my opinion.
I'm with that, Bishop, but let's be honest. Before you get to a meal, you've already been talking and texting and whatever to get to the meal. So if you are,
but what are you saying?
None of y'all meet somebody online today and y'all going out to eat tomorrow. That's unheard of.
So if you go on the first day and somebody say, "How's your credit?" you gonna answer them?
I'm gonna tell her it's good. You want to see it? I don't have nothing.
Okay, but then
and then I'm gonna say in reverse. Let me see yours.
but Pastor
So
Cemetery.
Jessica said, "Is it all right for you to ask if they're living with their mama?" Absolutely.
They might get offended. I want you to know where they live. So what's the difference from the credit score of me living with my mom? I need to know.
Bishop, I want to ask Pastor John Terrius, once you share with her your excellent credit score, which I believe you have, I know you've been to Mastro's. I know you've been to the Peninsula. I know you've been to the Waldorf Astoria in Beverly Hills. How then can you be sure she's interested in you for you and not just what your high credit score proves?
Oh, brother, you gonna see that. It don't take long for you to see a leech. Come on now. We know that we can take that as preachers and pastors. We've been around enough church people to know what a leech look like.
Wow.
Now, if you ain't been, if you don't know nothing else, you know what a leech look like, and you know who's coming for what.
Is there a question, y'all, that is off limits in the first few dates?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Bishop. Tate brought up something that I've always practiced. Even before the first date, a lot of my serious questions have been asked to me, and I've asked those questions through the testing and the talking time, even before the first date. So if I knew that I wanted to continue to have communication or contact with that person, by the time we got to the first date, all of that had been ironed out anyway.
I kind of go ahead, Tate.
I just can't see nobody in this day and time just showing up and say, "Oh, we're on the first date. Let's talk." No.
Exactly.
I ain't gotta walk to your mama house and daddy house no more and introduce myself. Let's go. You used to have to do that. Now, Broderick and Bishop experienced that, but my generation, we just tell them come outside.
Exactly.
And it may be wrong, and it might be wrong, and not go.
Any Negro that tell you to just come outside and they blowing for y'all women, don't go out there.
Yeah, don't go.
Don't go.
See, I told y'all that's because they had to walk through the door.
No. Whether she live by herself, I still believe in chivalry.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what if she blow the horn and tell me to come outside? No.
Well,
Get someone out that door, out that car, walk up to the door and get me. Just like I get out the car.
You sound like one of my friends, probably McKendry, who talking about if a woman come see him, he ain't paying her way. Do she pay his way to go see her?
Hold on, Bishop. I was with a guy, and a lady said, "You know what? It's a shame. Men don't even open the door anymore." That Negro hit the unlock button and said the door is open. He said, "It's open."
I'm trying to help y'all. Still be gentlemen.
That's funny. I'll open the door for you, baby.
But you ain't going in the house.
Uh-uh.
Okay, next question. We done with that one?
Yeah.
You mighty quiet tonight.
I'm listening.
It's that wall. That wall is lopsided tonight.
I'm letting Tate do his thing.
Number 7. We got 3 more. How does a woman know, Lynch, from experience, if a man is really not interested in a long-term relationship? He hasn't said anything either way. For Frank Gray III, let me repeat it again. How does a woman know if a man is really not interested in a long-term relationship? He hasn't said anything one way or another. Ray?
I think by his actions, by what he shows you. A man will always invest his time where his interest is. Normally, most good men, you can tell where their interest is by what they spend time with. Whether it's the gym, working on their body, they make sure that they're in the gym. Whether it's studying, past school, they spend time there. If it's their children, they spend time with their children. If it's their occupation, they spend time working on that. So the same thing applies to you. If he's really interested in you, then he's going to try to make an effort to spend time with what he's interested in. So I think that's a way to tell.
I think when you break the consistency.
Trey, they say you reading comments and sending requests.
If you're consistent,
No, I don't have to do that. They send them to me, brother. God bless.
No, that's what the lady said in the comments. Go
Yeah,
read.
God bless her.
She said, what did she say?
He reading the comments and sending requests.
Oh, yeah. You see, y'all, yeah, that's another crew tonight. This is that Broderick crew. Go ahead. Who was talking?
no, go ahead. I think a woman will know when a man's patterns change.
Yeah.
If you're doing something very consistent, you was calling every morning, and now you're calling 3 days a week. Now it's 1 day. I think when your patterns change,
Yeah,
I believe a woman
she knows.
begin to speculate something ain't right.
Hey, when he go for sex first, it's over.
No, I disagree with it.
Okay.
I disagree with it. I mean, I disagree with it. Just
Okay,
because
so when you have sex with the woman, you intend on that relationship growing.
yeah, why not? Why not? Why does physical interaction negate intentions?
Wow.
Because of principles. But
Oh.
we're just speaking hypothetically.
Yeah,
We know you're
I
not
don't
having
agree with
sex.
that.
We-
I
we-
don't agree with
I
that.
want to ask this question.
Wait a minute. Let Ray read that request. That right there. That's for you, Ray.
This is what I want to ask. Trey, when you said that, Lynch phone just blacked out.
Right. I noticed that. I noticed that.
Tate, I was getting water.
Okay.
I noticed that. I just didn't want to say nothing. So anybody else? So on the other point of it is, I often say that you need to, let me say this, and y'all tell me if y'all disagree. Never assume that you're in anything with a man unless he speaks it.
Now that's
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Just because he takes you out every week, it don't mean you're in a relationship. It means you're in a good time.
Yeah.
Wow,
and
that's
if
good.
and if he tells you y'all building and you're working towards something, you want to desire to have something with you, then you getting the understanding, but just don't pressure the individual.
Some people in relationships without the other person knowing.
That's true.
And a lot of women assume that you're in a relationship because the guy takes you out all the time. He's enjoying your company. A man, y'all help me, man, because y'all don't leave me out here. A man can enjoy your company and never
not want you.
And not want you, and not commit. He may not even be in a committal state of mind.
Yeah.
So if you keep letting him string you along, you know, because some of y'all DM me be talking about, Bishop, I've been with him for 2 years and he ain't said nothing. He ain't gonna say nothing. Because if he can do what Broderick said and not have to say nothing, then he ain't gonna say nothing. So you got to bring it up. And if you don't bring it up, then he'll keep going that way without the commitment. So I just wanted to throw that part in.
Yeah.
Okay. Last two questions. Is love a criteria for a relationship or even marriage? Can you learn to love them?
Yes.
Is it a criteria in the beginning?
No, and yes, you can learn to love them.
Can it happen both ways? Can you fall in love in a minute and immediately?
Well, I think we already established that we feel like love is overrated on this panel discussion. I know we got some newcomers tonight, but we established a couple of weeks ago that we all feel like love is overrated as far as the successfulness of relationships. So I think that's kind of a simple question. Somebody might want to tackle it head on and dive more into detail on it tonight, since we do got new people on here.
You got a lot of new people.
Yeah.
Is love a criteria for relationship or even marriage? Do you have to love the person?
I would think so. Wouldn't you? Don't you think so, Prophet Perry?
No, I
He gonna love her if she a freak, so he all right.
no, I don't think so. I can teach you how to love me in time. But it's not from the jump street. No, you know what I mean. It's not a real criteria. What a real criteria is peace, and stability. There are two things that I would say: peace and stability.
And freakiness.
Absolutely. And so then I would say this, I can love you and not trust you, but it's impossible to trust you and not love you. And so, trust is one of the key factors when you jump out. I think it's trust.
That what Tiffany is saying right there? No, but attraction is. Y'all agree with that? You got to be attracted to them. You don't have to love them, but you should at least want to look at them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would
And for a woman to say that,
Bishop, that ain't that they be flogging with that though. They be flogging with that because that's more so true for men than it is for women. Because I've seen women.
no, but I've had women hit me, Ray, and they be like, no, but he nice, but I got to be able to look at him.
Yeah, they say that, but money talks, brother. Because I done seen women I done seen some fine women with some brother.
A woman that's insecure about herself, she could be pretty, but if she insecure and he ugly, she gonna stay with him. She gonna stay with him because you know why? Ain't no competition there. She ain't scared. Ain't nothing,
brother. I've had women tell me that they mama and aunties used to tell them, you will never be happy with the cool guy. In other words, you'll never be happy with the popular guy, with the handsome guy. Because, I mean, that breeds insecurity to me. Like, so I think it's more so true for men that they have to be attracted to the woman than it is for women to have to be attracted to the men.
Yeah.
the last you tell Ray, because honey,
She ain't met no millionaires. She talking that talk now, but yeah.
I see somebody saying love is not overrated. Love is overrated because you can be with somebody you love. Love don't make you stay.
yeah.
No.
Love ain't making a lot of these folks stay during the pandemic.
It ain't no real love.
No.
It ain't no real love. When you have real love, now I don't think love is overrated. I don't think it's just so far-fetched because let's be honest. If he didn't love us, and I'm talking about Jesus now, and I don't mean to go this route.
Hey,
If he didn't love us, y'all, we would be in some terrible situation and terrible places in our life. And I think what we need to really express is that we need agape love. We need that unconditional love that regardless of what comes our way, regardless of what we have to face in our life, that we love each other unconditionally. These Negroes loving you nowadays under circumstances and conditions.
Right.
I'm going to love you until you do something to me that I do not like.
Yeah. Conditions.
Right. I'm going to love you until I feel like this ain't what I want no more. I thought it's what I want, but and Jesus teaches us. Come on now. That the greatest of all of these is love.
And he compares the church. He compares the church to the bride, and
Right.
You okay, Tate?
Bishop, this is what I want to say, and I'm glad Tate said that. And I want to say this to those that I want to say this to those that say we can grow into it. Are you really saying that you're willing to share your life? Let a woman come into your life as Tate was talking about earlier, his credit, all of those things, I mean, and not be in love, you will go through a whole wedding, whole ceremony. What's the counseling for? So we know counseling's out because you don't love. I don't think you can marry a woman, or a woman should marry a man that do not love each other. I think it's dangerous, and I think that Tate just gave it, even with the scripture. Marriage, we're not talking about a wedding, we're talking about a marriage. Marriage is of God. That's where its origin began, with Christ. And we should love our wives as Christ loved the church. Meaning this, if you won't die for your wife, then you ought not marry her. Because Christ loved the church so much that he gave his life for it. So to say, can we grow into it?
Yeah, Pastor, but what context and culture are you speaking of? Because if we going from a Bible perspective, are we going to not act like arranged marriages did not exist? So you telling me they were in love before they went to their altar and got married?
I just taught this, Ray.
I'm trying to see.
Ruth wasn't in love with Boaz.
That
was an arrangement.
That's a very westernized culture perspective. That's how we think on this side. But that's still arranged marriages going on in Eastern culture.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very I understand, because that's the culture that you're in. But from a wider worldview perspective, I don't think that's
I guess what I'm saying.
Well, they might need to arrange some marriages, because people that's arranged is still married.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Ray, and I get that too. And we're not coming tonight to have a theological back and forth. But let me just say this: that was are you saying, Tate? I mean, Ray, are you saying that I'm talking about you? You can marry a woman who you do not love?
I probably would not be able to do that because of the culture and the context that I've come up in. So your first teachings is always the hardest thing to shed. So my baggage already of what I think a marriage looks like what you're describing. But I'm saying, as a worldview perspective, I think that can be somewhat skewed and somewhat misinformed to feel like the only successful marriage that we can have is one that consists of being madly in love before you're married.
Hey, Bishop, can you get us back into the flesh, please? Please get us back into the flesh.
So this is uncomfortable for you.
It surely is. These boys got too much learning. They got too much learning.
No, I do think that learning to love someone unconditionally will sustain a marriage. I think that's the problem. I think that we don't take the time to learn to love people unconditionally. If you look at our culture, Big Mama and them stayed married for 50 and sometimes 60 years, and those marriages started out being arranged because they was in small towns and their families put them together. But over time, they learned how to love each other. And then over time, they learned how to love each other unconditionally, even to the point when they slept in different rooms and talked about each other. But if you said something about them, they both would team up on you. So that is our culture, and that is a reality.
Yeah, but is that in love, or is that in love, or is that love? Is that in love?
Right. I qualified it. I didn't say in love. I said that was learning to love unconditionally.
I think that's called tolerating.
Yeah, that's
but that was a natural love. I mean, they did everything for those people when they got sick. I mean, when they couldn't perform, when they had amputations. Come on, y'all can't tell me that's not unconditional.
But I think we talking about two different levels of love. Like, I think we talking about two different spectrums of love. I think.
Well, that's what I want. I don't want the in love. I want the unconditional love.
I think you're speaking of someone that.
But I think Tate is right. I think some of that, Johnson, is that the old school just tolerated some things.
Yeah.
And some of them same people were abused. They were beaten, And that's why Big Mama was mad all these years. Because your granddad.
Look what Destiny is saying. I think it comes down to current church marriages that are just functionable but miserable.
Yeah.
And when you start talking about, let me tell you this. When you start talking about me sleeping in another room and all that,
I don't want it.
no, I don't want that. That
I
ain't
want
my
because I want to be in bed with you.
And then let's
So you mean to tell me that these people were taking care of each other and doing all this stuff, and there was no love whatsoever? That's what you guys are telling me?
Hey, Johnson, there's people in your church that listen to you preach every week, give you a love offering, and they don't love you.
That's not what I'm talking about, Lynch.
Listen,
I'm talking about somebody's been married for 50 years, and they're taking care of that person.
Johnson,
you mean tell me there's no love whatsoever?
Can I say this? Let me say this.
Hold on,
No, sir, brother.
Hold on. Yes, sir.
Just because somebody
it got good now. It got good.
Hold on. Just because somebody is faithful to you does not mean they're for you.
Absolutely, brother.
Absolutely, that's not what I'm talking about. You didn't answer my question.
Talking about.
You didn't answer my question.
Johnson.
I
get what you're saying.
Those people did not develop a natural, unconditional love, go through hell and high water with each other over time, seasons, and stages in life. Y'all not gonna tell me that.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. For real. Some of those situations were different back then with Big Mama and them. It's because they had a husband who was the provider. They wasn't the new typical woman. So she had to stay there and take care of the children and take care of the house because she knew who was the breadwinner.
Yeah.
And so she have no other choice.
Where's she
It was
going?
a business deal. It was a business deal.
It's either, hey, if I'm mad at you, you go sleep in the other room. I'm gonna sleep in the other room. We ain't got to be together. But but watch this. We love our children. That it can be a dysfunctional home, but I want my children to say they had their mama and their daddy in the same house.
Yeah.
You still didn't answer my question. You mean to tell me that somebody could be married?
That's what we're saying, Pastor.
For 50 years
yes.
and never develop organically, naturally begin to learn how to love a person for that many years. You're going to learn how to love.
I can tell you that. I seen it done. They stayed because of the kids. They stayed because, let me tell you what else they stayed for, John Terrence, y'all. They stayed because you didn't walk away in them days.
Right.
You would be they didn't walk away from. They didn't walk away from their churches, and they didn't walk away from their marriage. There was another commitment level. Wait. I asked Dr. Wade, Melvin Wade, in the interview one time. I said, "You ever thought about walking away?" He said, "Not in 60-something years. I ain't never thought about. I ain't never been depressed. I ain't never been nothing." They stayed. Johnson, it had nothing to do with no love.
But if you ask Dr. Wade the same question I'm asking
about church,
he's gonna tell you over time there's still a natural.
But I wasn't talking about marriage with him. I was talking about his church.
No, I know what you're saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying emotionally, when you are connected to something, you still would develop over. I'm not talking about the healthiest level of love. I'm not talking about being in love. I'm talking about just over time, you would naturally begin to love that situation.
I just think they naturally care. They love their family. They love the situation. And when I say situation, as keeping things together, even though we might not even can't stand, because listen to something. If y'all sleeping in different beds, brother, you don't love each other. You just no.
Even scripture talks about roommates, and scripture talks about a concubine. So I can bring you into my tent, but it don't mean that I'm just getting what I need out of you.
I get what Johnson is talking about. He's saying that if we together, some ought to develop out of 40 years,
and it will.
That we love we love each other enough, even if we sleeping in different beds. To say I'm gonna still take care of you. I'm gonna still feed you. I get that part.
Yeah. Not the in love part.
But who wants to live like that now?
Brother. These women don't care if you amputated in your leg or your arm. If they don't love you, they are leaving you with your one leg.
With your nub.
Nah,
Stephanie Fuller just said, Bishop, she says, Big Mama didn't have a choice, but I do. That's
See
what
that?
Taylor's saying. That's what
all
he's
I'm
saying.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
not staying around.
Yeah.
And so
This
I think
ain't
that
big-
goes
this
back
ain't
Frank,
Big
to
Mama's
what I was-
generation.
Yeah.
Now you know what's so interesting, Bishop, that you grew up in the other generation, but you have some now generation ideologies and perspectives. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. We're not, let me tell you that's the reason. Let me tell y'all this. Y'all want to know the truth? That's the reason why I won't rush into nothing. Because I'm not gonna make this my last go around. I'm not gonna be with nobody and then be miserable and we gonna sleep in separate beds.
Yes, sir.
Heck no.
Somebody
Yes, sir.
said they grandparents slept in separate rooms because the granddaddy snored too loud.
I saw that.
That's funny.
But there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that.
If you sleep in a room because I snore too loud, get your bags and get up out my house. Leave.
It's still a reality, though.
Johnson wants somebody that's gonna take care of his amputated leg.
I pray it's a woman on here that believe in all of that. And I believe, Johnson, the Lord got you a wife that's gonna give you gonna fulfill every need, because you need somebody like your grandma.
When you put that leg in the corner, she gonna take it over there for you.
Wait, hold on. What you say, Bishop?
When he take that leg off and put it in the corner, she gonna take it over there for him and bring it to him.
That's right.
And then she gonna help roll me to the nursing home to visit all y'all. Because all y'all gonna be single.
Doc, and let me tell you something. He is on this live, and God I promise you, God is gonna give you what you stand in the need of.
I think if you're single, you might as well wait for what you want and not settle for what you can get.
Right.
If you're single,
see that? Siobhan Taylor says she with you, Johnson. So y'all might need to connect after this service is over with, because she might help you with your amputated leg.
I mean,
I'm telling you.
Bless you, co-pastor Wiley. Bless you. It's some folk in here tonight, but I mean, y'all. I have one more question, but we're gonna end with this because I don't think we can go any higher.
All right, go ahead.
We're gonna end with this, huh? What'd you say?
Go ahead with the question.
Go with the last question.
Yeah.
We got time.
Okay. If a boss woman is what he needs to minister to him as a man of God, pastoring is a job where he can make himself available for the right woman. But as a boss woman is busy building her empire, she may not have time to minister to the man of God that he is. She can't minister to him when she's busy.
Yeah, you should have closed out on the last You should have closed out on the last question.
Like Bishop Moore tell us, hey, you should have listened to me. You
should have closed out on the last question.
Oh, you asked for it. I was trying to get
Lord
it.
Jesus.
You want me to read it again, Ray?
We should have listened to you.
We should have. Don't worry about it.
That should be the first question for next week.
Let us meditate on it.
You got to
That should be the first question
for next week.
Y'all want to start on that next week?
Yeah.
Assuming that we will be invited back.
Y'all coming back next week. We coming back one more round.
Yeah.
We doing Monday again.
Boy,
Okay.
this was a good conversation. Johnson and got upset.
I'll be on late.
You'll be late next week?
I'll be on right after that question. That's foolishness.
So everybody, if you want us to come back one more week, say yeah. Just put in the comments. It's over. It's about 600 and some people on all social media. It's been a good night.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a good night.
On a holiday.
On a holiday. I need y'all to subscribe to the When the Right One Comes channel. You can look at it on YouTube if y'all want to. But tonight, I need you all to, everybody, if you would get, and somebody hit me up. Y'all so critical because I said it's entertainment. It's entertainment also in the fact, no, we're not just entertaining y'all, but y'all laughing. You got a comedian here. And then, you know, we say things. So y'all, I need y'all to, this is the new way of doing things. I need everybody to sow a $20 seed so I can be a blessing to these men of God as they take out their time to share. I saw somebody say that the women need to do this. Well, somebody can go ahead and do it. If you want to do a women's version, go ahead and do it. I ain't led to do that. Women always get a chance to talk.
Always.
And
Brother.
y'all believe everything they say.
Always. And then try to tell us how to talk on our platform. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy to me.
Johnson came alive tonight. Jeez.
Yes, he did.
Grandpa got upset tonight.
Yeah, you struck a nerve, Bishop. You struck a nerve.
How many of y'all would let's so tonight, y'all, that hold on, y'all. Let me put it back. Okay. There, it's at the bottom of the screen. If you want to do Cash App, it's Greg Davis 6862, or Zelle is gregdavisshow.com. You can do PayPal, contact Greg Davis, or you can do Givelify. I see it coming in. I share it with the men of God. A lot of times, me and Pastor Lynch, we don't take anything because we want to make sure, because he's my co-host. If y'all want to be a blessing to Pastor Lynch for his birthday, Pastor Lynch, what's your Cash App for your birthday?
Money sign Jesus Preacher. Money sign Jesus Preacher.
All right.
They said that.
Tate, I need you to sow a seed tonight.
Reverend, that's too much to type.
I'll send you a request. How much you want to see?
Everybody, if you would give that $20, I just want you to put $20 in the comment. Thank you to my daughter Alicia. I saw some of the rest of you come through. I want to at least
name Jehovah Jireh.
Huh?
I was telling Lynch he should have just put his name, his Cash App name, Jehovah Jireh.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, we had a request too for John Terrius to sing. We'll do that next week.
Oh, I'm really gonna be late.
Bishop, hey Bishop, this was good. It went across so many different lines.
This guy just texted me, Jesus Preacher. Let me see Lynch.
I hope I didn't make my preacher upset. I didn't see no more comments. Y'all call who was that?
Bailey good.
Okay. Tell him I didn't mean no harm. I love
He all
it.
right. That's our brother. He all right.
Yeah, he don't think stuff like that.
Okay, good.
He better be all right.
I'm so used to people getting offended that telling you always gotta apologize.
That's because you would. I know, man.
That's because I'm with what?
You know, that's that full gospel group.
I knew you were finna say it.
I knew what you were going to say. I want you to come out and say it.
Us missionary Baptist people, we don't get offended. We be ready. We ready to shoot back.
We
had that gun loaded. Come on, I'm ready. I'm waiting on you. Some more y'all that would do that. Just put in 20. Put in 20. Thank you, co-pastor Wiley. That's Bishop J.D. Wiley's lovely wife.
Oh wow!
Thank you so much.
Preaching.
Yes, sir.
Woo.
Yes, sir. Somebody else that will tonight? Somebody say Bailey married anyway. Why was he even on here? The Baptist Negro, they just say anything.
They say anything.
Bailey wanted to have a theological conversation.
Bailey, one of my favorite closers, so I want to stay in. Thank you, Erica Hill. Thank you, Jessica.
I love it.
Right.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, Kiki Key says we Baptists stay ready.
You understand? We ready.
We'll fight at that convention.
and put you out.
Thank you.
Baptists is the only people that hear their pastor preach and then put them out soon to get done preaching.
Hey, Tate, look at that picture. You got to sing for her.
Let me go look at. They might just have their mama.
That's
just
somebody's
their
grandmama.
That's just their mama profile on there. That's their grandmother.
I know I'm messing with you. Look at Johnson. Thank you, Johnson, for saying thank you for sewing. He looking for that first lady for real.
She coming, Doc. She gonna have that head. She gonna have that head tilted over like that when she walk in church. And she gonna be sitting on that second row, and she ain't going nowhere when he down and out. She gonna be right there to cook, clean, do all of it.
Broderick sows a seed every week because he know he gonna get it back.
Like, you know what? That's the funny thing about it. It's like we sow, and you sow right back. I'm grateful.
But that's really good though, Roger.
No, he does. Before I start asking for it, he did it every week. He always does that. All jokes aside, he always does. And
listen, I'm grateful for this platform. Seriously.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. All right, we're waiting a few more minutes because
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. That woman said, Herbert, your wife is gonna serve you food on a real plate, not no paper plate, but
He gonna demand that.
With silverware, real silverware.
He gonna demand that.
he gonna look at that paper plate and say, "What is this?" You better take that back in there.
ladies, Sister Wiley says she's thinking about doing the all women's thing. It do need to be somebody that's older to start it with, like, it do. So
yes, I think because wisdom are kicking in.
Right. But John Terry's went to church on us tonight. He turned the corner tonight. He know God. He said, "Now wait a minute, y'all. We gotta love him like the church." Are you with Pastor Carlton? You got any plans for the rest of the evening?
Well, Doc, I think I'm going to, all these cities now got these mopeds. I think I'm going to go outside downtown Atlanta, just ride through downtown.
By yourself?
No, Bishop, not by myself. I'm gonna call Jamal Bryant to come ride with me. I'm gonna call Dr. Bryant.
He might be marching somewhere.
No, he back from Louisville.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for y'all seeds again. Oh, it's still coming in. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're grateful.
Thank you so much.
Janae said y'all funny. $20. There y'all go.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Lynch, close us out.
Yes, sir. Well, we're glad that Prophet Perry cleared up with his announcement first. It's amazing that we've been able to keep these numbers so consistent every week. Everybody that's on, we want you to share it. I know many of you have, but if every single person would share it right now, and tag your girlfriends so they can get on and hear what John Terry has had to say. Let's start with final words tonight. Let's start with Broderick Rice. Final words.
I'm grateful and happy birthday to you, brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Prophet Perry.
Thank everybody for your liberal giving your seeds tonight, and to Bishop, and happy birthday to you, Lynch.
Bless you. We got to think of a name for Pastor Johnson. He's like our senior. Bishop, you like the millennial pastor, and Johnson like
this is Johnson's name. He is our senior statesman.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Dr. Johnson, final words.
Thank you once again, Bishop, for allowing me to participate on this panel. And again, happy birthday to my brother, Pastor Lynch. And thank you all for sowing. And I'm always excited about sharing with all of these brothers on this panel each week. I look forward to it.
All right. John Terrius Tate.
Hey, y'all, I love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for watching us week by week. Sometimes we say stuff that is off the wall. Sometimes we say stuff is funny. Sometimes you disagree. Sometimes you agree. But listen, thank you for keep coming back to entertain us and hear what we have to say. But take heed to what we're saying and take it to heart. And you know, stay out of your feelings because you know we share what we see. It's okay. It's okay. I promise y'all. Just breathe a little. So, but we thank you so very much, Lynch. Happy birthday, man. It's so good for God to see you turn 55 years old. God has blessed you. Celebrate your life. You know, Corona taking them all out, Doc. And you survive.
All right,
Even with your underlying health issues, we thank God. We thank God for your life.
What'd you say? I couldn't hear.
It's your turn, Ray.
Your turn.
Okay. Pastor Lynch, thank you again. Happy birthday, man. I hope you.
Thank you, man.
I hope you're having some real fun down there. Bishop, thank you again for allowing me to come. That's my guy. I've been knowing him for quite some time now. We used to travel with a mutual friend of ours, so we got history. We got history.
And we were so much alike. When certain stuff would happen, we go stand in the corner and say, well, I don't do all that.
Yeah, I was with Holy Ghost headquarters.
And of course, Perry, Rice, Johnson, good to see y'all. Look, my little brother, Tate, my Memphis brother. And
Can I tell y'all something? Ray and Bishop used to hang out with Africans.
Well, I still got some African friends, brother.
You are so low down.
I'm a close tonight with a warning to some of our beloved church women on here. I'm gonna close like this. Past couple of weeks, I've been seeing men in the comments seem to be co-signing with everything the women has been saying against what we're saying or disagreeing.
No.
Yes, men.
No.
I've been going back kind of watching.
I
just want to say this to the church women. It's throughout history, the common proverb has been true. Women are from Venus, men are from Mars, which is an indication that we are not supposed to, and we really don't think alike. We're very different. So any man that always seems to understand the perspective of women, you might need to check his underwear because it might not be boxers that he's wearing.
He's a woman.
Yeah, so that's all I want to close.
He's
y'all.
an old guy.
We appreciate you watching, and we'll see y'all again next week. From what I understand, thank y'all.
Bishop, let me thank you again, and Pastor Tate, are me and you okay?
I love Lynch.
Let me tell you something. Me and Tate met years ago. Y'all keep giving. Me and Tate, I know most of these guys on here. Me and Tate, we met preaching a revival together in I think we were in
Gary, Indiana. He dumped it too.
Indiana. And we ended up riding with two senior pastors, and neither one of them could drive. and we thought we were going to heaven in that back seat.
We kept saying, Lord, we don't want to die, y'all.
Not like this. And we've been brothers ever since. Bishop, let me thank you, man, for allowing us to come back on. And you own so much. Can you just give people your rundown real quickly? Because you got like 7 shows, a show a day on the weekend. You got Night with the Prophets, and you're doing so much. Tell us what you got going on.
Sunday nights with the Young Prophets, 9 p.m. Perry is on that too. And then Mondays we do this prayer call for Young Preachers at 9 p.m. right before this. We didn't have that tonight because of the holiday. Folks said they didn't want to pray. And people was getting on. 1 p.m., of course, the Word Network every day. And tomorrow night, I'm doing a political thing, faith and politics with some of Biden's people. And so, yeah, just you'll see follow my page. I want to say this. When we go off, I'm gonna let the music play for about 2 minutes, be a black screen. I need women to send questions for next week. I like the women's perspective. We don't all often agree, but that's the email address. I need y'all to write. You can actually, screenshot it and throughout the week send me questions, because these guys never know what we're gonna talk about. Okay, so send us questions. That's it. I'm good.
Let me close with this thought tonight. Somebody said in the comment we ought to talk about breakups. Let me say this. Let's talk about breakups. Let me just say this thought tonight. If a person can live without you, you can live without them.
And let me say this. Bishop Larry.
Amen, brother.
Bishop Larry Trotter used to say there was a time I didn't know you.
Ha!
He said, I can live without you. He said, I can live without you because it was a time I didn't know you.
Yeah,
we're gonna sign off. Right. Y'all can take a screenshot of and leave your comments if you enjoyed it. Take your screenshot and send us questions, or just let us know anybody you want to talk to. I can refer you to them. Send me a picture and I can tell you whether or not they want to. Good night, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, everybody.